Shohei Ohtani is a Japanese Major League Baseball player known by the nickname of Showtime. He is famous as a two-way player, which means he can be a pitcher and a batter both at a professional level. In 2014, his second year as a professional in Japan, he achieved 11 wins as a pitcher and 10 home runs as a batter, achieving double-digit wins and home runs. This is the first record in the history of NPB, Nippon Professional Baseball Organization. In 2017, at the young age of 22, he decided to move to MLB, Major League Baseball, Los Angeles Angels. On July 5, 1994, Shohei was born in Mizusawa City, Iwate Prefecture, as the youngest of three siblings of the sports family. His father was an amateur baseball player. His mother was an amateur badminton player. Shohei started playing baseball in the Mizusawa Little League when he was in the 3rd grade of elementary school. When he was in 5th grade, he recorded a ball speed of 110 km per hour. His catcher at the time said, "Shohei's throwing ball was too fast and so scary." In 2010, Shohei went on to Hanamaki Higashi High School in Iwate Prefecture. When he entered high school, he said he had set his goal the fastest ball speed in Japan, 163 km per hour. Since that time, Shohei has been talented in both pitching and batting. Shohei's coach balanced pitching and batting not to strain his body. In 2012, when he was in his 3rd year of high school, Shohei recorded the ball speed of 160 km per hour. This is the fastest in the history of amateur baseball. Achieving great success in high school, Shohei gathered attention from NPB and MLB teams. He had meetings with the Los Angeles Dodgers, Texas Rangers, and Boston Red Sox. As a result, Shohei announced his challenge to MLB on October 21, 2012. However, against Shohei's will, the situation changed. On October 23, 2012, the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters announced that they would start negotiations to acquire Shohei. After that, the enthusiastic negotiations for Shohei from the fighters were repeated many times. The fighters was said to try to persuade Shohei, with a 30-page document entitled, Shohei Ohtani, A Guide to Dreams Considerations for Younger Overseas Challenge in Japanese Sports. This paper explains the difficulty of going directly to MLB after graduating from high school with specific facts and statistics. Finally, Shohei announced that he would join the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters in December 2012. Shohei spent 5 years from 2013 to 2017 at NPB, Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. Looking back on his career in Japan, he did a great job in throwing and hitting. Let's look back at some stories. Shohei's professional debut was the open season match on March 29, 2013. He started in the 8th right fielder and scored 2 hits and 1 RBI. Then, on May 23, he finally achieved his first professional pitching as a starting pitcher. He recorded a ball speed of 157 km per hour, although he did not win or lose with 2 runs allowed in 5 innings. In the first half of the 2014 season, Shohei set a remarkable record of winning 7 consecutive games as a pitcher. As for his ball speed, he achieved the fastest ball speed of 162 km per hour in the history of NPB as a Japanese in the All-Star game in the second half of the season. In the 2015 season, he won 15 wins, an ERA of 2.24, and a win rate of .75, winning the Triple Crown of Most Wins, Best ERA, and Highest Win Rate. On the other hand, as a fielder, he was sluggish throughout the year. Other than baseball, in August 2015, due to the popularity of Shohei, there was news that the Hokkaido branch of Japan Post released in Hokkaido a stamp set using Shohei's photos. In the 2016 season, Shohei contributed to winning the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters League title and achieving the #1 in Japan. Furthermore, he also completed the first 10 wins, 100 hits, 20 home runs in NPB history. In addition, this season has also significantly evolved in ball speed. He eventually extended his record to 165 km per hour in the Japan Series game against Hiroshima on October 27. On the other hand, as a batter, on July 3, he achieved a first batter home run as a first pitcher. There is no other player in both NPB and MLB who has done this fantastic job. In 2016, he was named the league MVP for the first time in NPB history to win a double award for Best 9 in both the pitcher and designated hitter categories. The following 2017 was a difficult season for Shohei. Although this year he became the fourth person in history to record 40 wins and 40 home runs in total, it was a year of suffering from left hamstring injuries. On November 11, 2017, Shohei announced that he would use the posting system to challenge MLB. Finally, on December 9, a contract agreement was announced with the Los Angeles Angels. The 2018 season was Shohei's first MLB year. However, the spring training matches result was a poor ERA of 27.00, a batting average of .125, 0 home runs, and 0 extra base hits. At that time, some local media gave a strict opinion that he should play at minors games. However, Shohei was awakened after the start of the season, surprisingly. He played 104 games as a batter with a batting average of .285, 22 home runs, 61 RBIs, and 10 stolen bases. On the other hand, as a pitcher, he started in 10 games with 4 wins and 2 losses and an ERA of 3.31. At the end of the season, he achieved the first 10 pitching, 20 home runs, 10 stolen bases in MLB history. As a result, he won the Rookie of the 2018 season by a large margin in second place. In the 2019 season, after rehabilitating the previous season's injury, he returned as a batter from the match against Detroit Tigers on May 7. Although he left mid-season due to left knee surgery in September, he played in 106 games with 384 at-bats, 110 hits, 18 home runs, and 62 RBIs, with a batting average of .286. The 2020 season was a memorable year for Shohei. Two-way player was defined in the rules, and Ohtani became the first player to apply in MLB. Angels announced a plan to appoint Ohtani as a DH from the opening, and at the same time, prepare for a return pitching in MLB by adjusting the pitching with a minor. However, although he pitched for the first time in 693 days, in the Athletics game on July 26, he pitched only 2 games throughout the season. On the other hand, as a batter, he finished in 44 games with 29 hits and 153 at-bats, a batting average of .190, 7 home runs, and 24 RBIs. There are pros and cons to the two-way player that Shohei is challenging over his life. First of all, there are the opinions to support two-way player. Hideki Matsui, a batter known as Godzilla, said, if possible, Shohei should continue as a two-way player, or if he decides on one, I think it's okay. Also, Masahiro Tanaka, a pitcher in the New York Yankees until 2020, said, it's not something everyone can do. So he should just keep on doing it until he is okay with it. Next, there are the opinions to oppose two-way player. Yu Darvish, who belongs to MLB's San Diego Padres, said, I think two-way player will be interesting. However, if there is a possibility of becoming number one, it will be a pitcher. On the other hand, Ichiro Suzuki, one of the most famous Japanese baseball players, said, I thought he should do as a batter. There are many great pitchers in MLB, but such a batter, like Shohei Ohtani, rarely comes out. It will be okay that Shohei pitches one day, and the next day he can play as an outfielder. Ichiro recommends focusing on the batter or the batter-oriented two-way player. However, do you all have such a question in the first place? That is, two-way player is a super tough challenge. Why is Shohei able to realize two-way player in both NPB and MLB so far? The answer is very simple. The reason is that Shohei is not interested in anything other than baseball. He is purely pursuing the desire to be good at baseball. This is what most of the people around him say about Shohei. First, there is an episode that Shohei has no desire for money. According to Major League Baseball rules, his annual salary dropped to 61 million yen, $610,000 in the first year of MLB. It is said that if he moved to MLB after playing at NPB for another 2 years, his annual salary would have been 2 billion yen, $20 million. Nevertheless, he chose to go to the MLB early, even if he had a chance to receive a big bonus. Next, there is an episode that Shohei has no desire other than money. You may probably have the baseball player's image of being rich and having a luxury car. But, surprisingly, he doesn't even have a driver's license, so of course, he doesn't have a car. He doesn't get a driver's license because he wants to save time to get a driver's license to focus on baseball training. If he had time to do something other than baseball, he would like to do more training for the next game. Shohei must be purely spending all his days only for baseball. What one likes, one will do well. Shohei embodies this simple principle. He will keep delivering amazing showtime to us.